everybody. Hey, I wanted to talk to everybody about corporate greed and legislation today. I'm going to let Mo over here give you a read, and then I'll go on from there. Go ahead, Mo.
This was on transportation topics. It's from Eric Fuller, the CEO of U.S. Express. It's really a big moment, Fuller said at the end of paper logs. Since ELDs will put an end to solo truckers bending the rules and exceeding their daily maximum legal limit on driving of around 450 to 500 miles. And U.S. Express should be able to pick up business, he said, as smaller companies decide they can't make a go of it anymore because of the ELD mandate. U.S. Express last week reached a deal to spend more than $200 million to buy 1,400 International LT semi-tractor sleeper trucks. And then it goes on, but that's...
Okay, now what I was looking at, in any business, you follow the money to find out anything. Follow the money. Now, I've only followed the money a small bit. There are some YouTubers out here like Jay Canal or somebody who could really do some damage following the money. I mean, because they're just real good at that kind of stuff. So, but let's look at it a little bit. This is gonna cost the industry $1 billion, or you could look at it that's gonna make another industry another $1 billion, because the government, if nothing, is really good at picking and choosing who's going to win the race. And that's what this comes down to. Now, what Mo just told you about U.S. Express is a prime example. They're saying that the truckers are running, he probably meant that as weekly, and you're doing 500 miles extra a week because you're off the logbooks. Now, there's going to be 1 million ELDs sold. So take that 500 miles times 1 million. That's how many extra miles that the mega carriers are planning on picking up by adding trucks. You can also figure that out to a percentage of new trucks that are going to be needed on the road or new drivers. That's something we'll get into later, but not today because this video is going to be too big as it is. Okay, FMCSA, this is their statistics. This mandate will save 1,844 crashes a year. It will save 562 injuries. It will save 26 lives. Did you know that every day 146 people die from prescription drug overdose? And we're trying to save 26 lives a year. So this is definitely not a safety mandate. They even say it's not. What it is when you have mega carriers that go to the ATA and contribute to them, then the ATA goes to the government and they talk to them. And they pass money to them legally. They contribute to their war chest and make donations. Then these same companies, through their own organization, also makes donations. And they try to spread those donations all throughout Congress and everywhere else. FMCSA also gets donations. Now, maybe they don't. I can't prove that, but I bet they do. All right, so 1 million ELDs will be sold this year. 1 million. The average price is $495. That's $495 million in the next couple of months that's going to be sold. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Okay. So we can't get around these ELD mandates. And I don't have no problem with it. You already know that. But it's the point that the government's picking winners and losers again. But the deep pockets of the corporates, there's not going to be a problem with them. Okay. So, I already said this industry is about following the money. This kind of also is going along with sleep apnea, because if you want to follow the money there, you're going to find the same scenario. And we're going to talk about that a little later. So when I say that you shouldn't be mad if you're a smaller carrier, that you shouldn't be necessarily be mad at your companies for this mandate, it's the companies that are donating to ATA. You understand what I'm saying? They're buying freight, if you look at it that way, because they have the money to try to force other people out of business. Fuller said that this was going to cause smaller trucking companies to go under, and it will. I know of 2 or 3, and so does Tammy, that in our area, that they're bad companies. I won't mind seeing them go. They're bad to their drivers, but they're not going to be able to run their business the way they've run it in the past, because they're going to need teams in their trucks, and people don't want to run teams generally, not for today's team pricing. So now this might affect rates in that area. It will affect rates, I believe, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So we got to follow the money there too. That's all I got to say on this subject right now. Anything else you want to say, Mo?
No.
That's it. All right, guys. You have a stellar day. Carry on.